I'm Pearl Jr. and welcome to BlackMediaReview.com. Disclaimer: please note, by listening to my review, you may learn more about the storyline than so desired. Please listen at your discretion. Thank you. Painful review of The Last King of Scotland. Well, my husband and I first saw The Last King of Scotland about September 2006 here in Hollywood, California. To my surprise, there weren't very many Africans in the audience, nor were there a lot of African Americans. The audience was filled mostly with white people, and I don't think there was a Hispanic in the crowd. By now, everybody knows that Forest Whitaker has won some awards. He's also nominated for an Oscar. And I'm going to tell you, I first noticed Forest Whitaker back in 1986 with The Color of Money. He was fantastic. Remember when he outslicked the Paul Newman character? I thought he was great. And since he did such a great job, I kind of followed his career through the story of Charlie Parker and some other people, and I thought he was just absolutely fantastic. I even met Forest Whitaker once at the African marketplace. Let me tell you, if I didn't look up and really pay attention to what was going on around me, I would have missed him. He was right near me, very low-key, very quiet persona, and he had this aura about him that he really hadn't accomplished anything at all. But I knew better, and so I spent a few moments talking to him, telling him how much I admired him, how much I thought he was great, he was wonderful, and he was very humble about that, so I do wish him luck. Now, for the movie though, the storyline of The Last King of Scotland. Well, this story has been marketed as if it is a true story. It is not. It is a fictional story. And it's a story about Idi Amin, who was what they call the dictator of Uganda, and some of his ways that I guess the propaganda said that he was a cannibal, which the movie said he was not, which I was glad to hear that he was not, and also that he kicked all non-African people out of Uganda, and he really didn't do that. He kicked out the Asians because he thought that they were monopolizing businesses and trying to take over the business community. So those were two things that I learned through the movie. Now, if those are true or not, I don't know. But what I really had a problem with was it was really a story about a cheating wife. Okay, now you know in Africa they have a lot of different wives, and this woman she cheated on Idi Amin with a white man. Now remember, this is not true. Well, they got caught, and I am an advocate for black females. I'm an advocate for our images in the media, and her punishment for cheating was to get chopped up into little pieces. Now, why did the original writer of the novel, who's a white European, really make that loud statement that if you cheat, that the woman, she gets away, she has to get chopped up as her punishment, but he gets some scrapes, some bruises, a couple of serious wounds, but he gets away with it as a white man. So I pondered, why would that happen? You know how in regular media there's all this interracial couples, but it's mostly black men, rich, resourceful black men with non-black women that is the promotion. Very rarely do you see wealthy, rich white men being portrayed loving and honoring and cherishing black women. So was this a message to tell black women not to mess with accomplished white guys? Was it a message to tell white men not to mess with black women? So I found that a little bit painful and also kind of racist, and it perpetuates an impression because black women right now are the least married. Only 30% of us black women live with a mate. And so under these circumstances, I think that this movie had kind of a reverse message. Now, I do love Forest Whitaker. I think he's absolutely wonderful. I hope he wins the Oscar, but I do have to tell people to watch out when you see this movie. There are a lot of trick bags in these movies that I'm going to review, that I will continue to review, but I'm always going to review them from a black female perspective. Now, I am the author of a book called Black Women Need Love Too. that is available on Amazon.com. It's not only about complaining and telling women what not to put up with, but it's also about telling women what we can do to get love in our lives. I am Pearl Jr. That was another review of The Last King of Scotland. Please log on to blackwomenneedlove2.com if you have any kind of retort to this review. See you next time on blackmediareview.com. What happened behind the scenes of the Michael Jackson trial was just as interesting as the trial itself.
A lot of stuff is going on at this point.
This is his darkest hour. We're here for him. We love him. We support him 1,000,000%. Michael's innocent.
Most of the evidence that I've seen that he's guilty of sin.
Michael Jackson pretty much is exactly what I thought he would look like. I think Michael Jackson looks like Speed Racer.
I think Tom Sneddon is the devil.
Hey, your hands up, Michael Jackson!
I'm Peter Pan's sister.
Jesus is no homo!
Lots and lots of girly magazines. The father, Joe Jackson, shoots bubbles. I want to talk about this mama. Diane Diamond gets her butt up in the mix.
Just shoot sometimes,
I think he's very misunderstood. Very misunderstood. Very misunderstood.
Peace out.
Behind the scenes at the Michael Jackson trial. Available at Amazon.com.